Welcome to Super Service Saturday.
My name is Arush Khalik, and I am the Executive Director of the Center for Community Outreach, also known as the CCO.
My name is Amanda Nguyen, and I'm the Managing Director at the CCO.
It takes an entire summer's worth of work to make this day of service possible, and due to COVID-19, we have reimagined Super Service Saturday.
Traditionally, 400 or more people would be gathered in the Memorial Union Ballroom getting ready to serve at more than 40 sites across Douglas County.
To keep our community safe and healthy, Super Service Saturday 2020 is a hybrid event.
While some of you may be gardening at local nonprofits, others will be performing virtual volunteer opportunities like proofreading books to improve worldwide accessibility.
As different as Super Service Saturday looks this year, in a way it's a lot more representative of what community service really means.
In times of difficulty and unrest, our community grows and changes, and as volunteers, we want to continue to serve those who need us no matter where they are.
This event has always centered the work of KU students while impacting a much larger community.
This year, our impact goes beyond the Douglas County community and into the world that we will be a part of at the end of our time at KU.
Whether you are participating at home or in person, thank you for the work that you do, and we can't wait to see where your service journey takes you next.
Next up, you will hear from Chancellor Gerard about the role that KU students play in serving the Lawrence community and how service intersects with the KU experience.
Welcome, and thank you for having me. I hope you're having a great start to your semester, and I look forward to seeing you both remotely and in person throughout the year. You freshmen are embarking on a great adventure, and this is such an important moment for you. A KU education is truly an opportunity to transform yourself to become the person you would like to be. So take full advantage of that transformation. Now, your most important job, obviously, is to be a student. So we want you to study hard and gain the experiences you need and deserve, and ideally graduate in 4 years. We also want you to get involved in the community. And here in Lawrence, there's so many opportunities with nonprofits, charities, public interest groups, and events. And many of these organizations rely on students like you, and particularly during this time of pandemic. And likewise, the city and the citizens rely on you too. And you might not realize it yet, but students are really the lifeblood of this community. So we're counting on you to make this community better through service. Well, I encourage you to do community service to benefit your community. You should also do it because it benefits you. Because through service, you will learn more skills, you will meet new people, you'll gain a perspective on your community and the world around you, and experience the sense of pride and fulfillment that comes from helping others. I know that from experience myself. I was involved in volunteer activities when I was in college. I actually ran the volunteer organization and worked in the free clinic during medical school, and then throughout my surgical career have participated and run surgical missions around the world. And I can tell you there's no greater fulfillment than having the opportunity to serve others. And quite honestly, we take away much more fulfillment than I think we provide in the way of service, and most of my colleagues would say the same thing. And in addition to community service here in Lawrence, work to improve the KU community as well. Take care of your fellow Jayhawks, whether they've fallen behind in class, whether they've had too much to drink, they're struggling with anxiety or depression, or experiencing racism or discrimination, or if they find themselves in an unhealthy relationship, because Jayhawks take care of each other. And taking care of each other is especially true this year as we navigate this global pandemic. More than anything, we need you to help keep our university healthy. And this starts with each of you, embracing the idea of personal responsibility and thinking not just about yourself, but about others in every decision you make. Each one of you has the power to keep the campus healthy by making good decisions and following the simple guidelines of wearing your mask at all times, maintain 6 feet of distance from others, wash your hands, and stay home if you don't feel good. And overall, just use good judgment about your activities and your surroundings. And if you see somebody who isn't doing these things, step up and talk to that person and help them realize that their decisions impact the whole community. Help them understand that we all need to look out for each other. The bottom line is this is a team effort, and I know I can count on each of you to embrace this responsibility, and then you can count on me and every member of our faculty and staff to continue making your health and safety our top priority. Again, I'm so delighted to have you here at KU. I look forward to meeting you, and I urge you to consider community service opportunities. We'll be here to support you all along the way. Rock chalk.
To wrap up our speaker lineup, we have Dr. Precious Porus, Director of the KU Office of Multicultural Affairs and Assistant Vice Provost of the Office of Diversity and Equity.
Dr. Porus will discuss the connections between service and activism and how we can best work with marginalized communities.
Good morning. I am Dr. Precious Porus, I currently serve the institution as the Assistant Vice Provost for Diversity and Equity, as well as the Director of the Office of Multicultural Affairs. Thank you for the invitation to participate today, and thank you even more for the service that you do and the service that you'll do throughout the school year. Today, I present to you my views on service, and in particular, serving from the margins. And I offer this perspective because I think that it's crucial that we understand what it means as we engage in service and the folks that we're doing the work for. So I'll start with an introduction of myself. As I said, I am Precious Porus. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a brand new mom to Victoria, who's 3 months old. I'm a first-generation college student. I love dogs. I love reading. I just became addicted to coffee. I love to cruise. Pre-COVID, I cruised quite often. I am a Jayhawk. I got my doctorate degree here at the University of Kansas. Probably like many of you, I also love Netflix and a good binge session. I'm a confessed bibliophile, love to read, and so much so that it's in here twice. And a lot of the research that I do is based in critical race theory, and I consider myself an emerging scholar, as this is a field that I think is crucial to understanding the work that we do and understanding the work that I do in higher education. And I do all of this because I think it's very important to pay it forward. So as a first-generation college student, I didn't always know what I wanted to do or how to do it, and I had a lot of folks who put me in a position to be able to get to where I'm at today. And so a lot of the things that I do to pay it forward to help the next generation coming behind me. So I start this conversation with you all today to talk about serving from the margins, and I utilize the social change model of leadership as a framework for thinking about service and serving. And so social change looks at how an individual sense of responsibility to others and that realization that you can make things better for a pocket of society, that makes things better for society as a whole. And that's really what I'm talking about when I talk about serving the margins. If we serve those on the margins of the margins, serving those pockets will create more inclusive pockets for everybody. So when you serve those on the margins, everything else falls into place and we create social change that makes a better community for everyone. This model of leadership explicitly promotes the values of equity and social justice. It's rooted in action, and it's about trying to improve the communities that you're a part of, and it facilitates positive social change at the institution or in that community. And so really it says you can make a difference. You as an individual can make a difference, and it's grounded in the belief that everybody can contribute to making the world a better place for the current generation and for future generations. But I would add an important component here is to avoid pitfalls. So you aren't fixing a problem, but rather you're working towards being in community and focus your work on focusing on working together towards solutions to problems that we all have in common. And so it's not just about, if there's an analogy about saving puppies in a river. So I love dogs, right? And say you're at the river and you see a dog floating down the river and you're like, hey, like, what's going on? Let me jump in, save this dog. And then you see another dog and another dog and another dog. And so service is saving the puppies, right? But the social change model on serving from the centers asks, why are there so many puppies in the river? What's going on? Let's look at what's happening up the river while the puppies are in the river, and what solutions can we create to solve this problem. Quote from Dr. King, everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. And so I offer this because I think it's incredibly important to realize no matter how you're doing it, move forward with grace. and love and carry those things through in the community that you're doing it. But also, again, connecting back to some of the quotes before, you can do it at any point and you can do it without any title. All you need is you. And so I end with this quote from Arthur Ashe, because if you don't know what to do or how to serve or where to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.
We are glad you've chosen the Center for Community Outreach, and we will leave you today with our motto: start here, reach out.
Thank you, and have a great Super Service Saturday.